Thanks for being with me today. I'm looking forward to giving you some tips on working with time and how time affects our meditation and how we can use that to our benefit. That said, this is a channel where you can learn the ins and outs of mindfulness practice, get tips and tricks on meditation, and no matter what your level, where you can meditate with me. So welcome or welcome back. Before I get started, I just wanted to ask if you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you're getting anything out of these videos, please go ahead and share them with friends, like, and comment, as I am new to YouTube and I'm working to build the channel. So I'm sure it can be a success with your help. So thanks so much in advance. That said, let's go ahead and dive right in. So today we're going to be looking at three different things about time and how we can use time to benefit our practice, or at least make sure that we have as much success as possible. So the first thing is going to be the duration of our meditation. This might seem a little bit short, but for beginning meditators, I do recommend that you sit for 2 minutes. And if that feels really short to you, maybe about 5 minutes at the longest. But 2 minutes is actually a really good time period. Why 2 minutes? The reason for that is, remember, as we're sitting, we're working on building our focus, and we're building our strength of our mindfulness. And what does that mean? That means that we are refining our ability to keep our thoughts and our focus on our breathing, and because the breath is what we're focused on in this practice. So basically, in short, we want to have a shorter session that is more focused and more potent. And the focus is on quality, not on quantity. So just something to keep in mind. If you are sitting for longer periods and you find yourself really zoning out or lost, you might want to try and bring the length of your meditation down just a bit. And I'd say 2 minutes is a great place to start. Like I said, if that feels really short for you, then go ahead and try a little bit longer. You know, it's not like a rule or something like that, but it is a good recommendation for you if you're just beginning. That said, down the line, and just in general in meditation communities, obviously it varies from community to community, but just as sort of an indication for you, in the Zen community, sitting sessions are 40 minutes long. So maybe that's something that you want to keep in mind or work on building up towards eventually. But again, no pressure, and just make sure that, you know, as you're starting out, that you set yourself up for success. So let's go ahead and do that with a shorter session. The second thing is, what is it? The second thing is how often you're meditating. I do have a recommendation for this again, which is that more often is better than less. So it's better for you to meditate, let's just say, for 2 minutes every day than twice a week for 10 minutes or something like that. The reason is that we're trying to build this new skill and this new habit, and that can be a bit challenging at the beginning. And the more chances we give ourselves, the more it's going to settle into our mind of like, oh yeah, you know, this is what I'm doing. And you're also going to probably get more out of it and enjoy it more if you can do more sessions more often, just because you're going to get a little bit better, a little bit faster. And you know, I think, you know, you'll reap the benefits of that and have a sense of accomplishment as well. That said, you know, please don't feel obligated, especially if you're following along with this channel. It's up to you, it's up to your schedule. If you feel like 3 times a week, and by the way, I also post at least 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you want to sync up your meditations along with these videos, then that's awesome. If 5 times a week is better, you know, whatever works for you. But what I do recommend strongly is whatever you decide, really try and stick with that. And if you're having any trouble with sticking with meditation, or actually any good habits in general, I will be posting some videos in the future about habit formation and what's the best way to kind of hack our mind in order to be more successful at doing these healthy habits. Lastly, we're going to be looking at the time of day. Now this, all of these, you know, 3 things about time are kind of personal. The first 2 have a little bit more of a recommendation, but this last one is, I definitely say, is, you know, mostly in your arena. What time do you feel is going to be the most beneficial for you? and also what time does your schedule feel like it's maybe the most conducive to meditating. You know, for me personally, I like to meditate in the morning. It's something that I feel like helps set the tone of my day, helps put me in the right mindset, helps me do something that is valuable to me and important for me, and not get it out of the way, but sort of like make sure that I get it done, or that I fit it into every day. Because, you know, as you know, as we all know, things can really kind of move along quickly. So that said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our practice. The format of the channel is to, you know, have a short talk and then for us to meditate together. So, you know, even if you are just watching along with these videos, then you're gonna be able to meditate, you know, at least 3 times a week, if not more. And of course, you're free to watch over videos or whatever works for you. And just before we do that, you know, I just want to encourage you, if you have any questions, any comments, please go ahead and leave them down below, or you can also DM me on Instagram. It's really useful for me to know, you know, what people are struggling with, and people have actually been sending me feedback, so it's really nice, and it's great, so I can, you know, make videos that are really applicable to where everyone is at. So thanks again, and let's go ahead and start. So go ahead and find your seat. You might already be sitting, which is great. I do think it's great if you can sit, you know, during the talk portion. That's kind of sets you up so your body is comfortable. You're used to sitting a little bit longer. Excuse me. And just feeling the posture, noticing how it feels to sit in this position. You might be sitting in a chair, which is fine. You might even be standing, maybe waiting in line somewhere. Wherever you are, just noticing how your body feels as a whole. Your spine. Seeing if you can encourage it to be erect, not by straining yourself, but pulling the spine up towards the sky. And now that we have that connection a bit with our bodies, we're gonna focus now on the object of our meditation, which is our breath. So just noticing the in and the out of our breathing. Maybe there's a sense of relief. As we just allow ourselves to breathe. And just allowing ourselves to be here in this moment. And using the breath as an anchor. Bringing us back to the here and the now. And just a reminder, if we find ourselves distracted or thinking about anything, it doesn't matter. There's no judgment on the kind of thoughts. That as soon as we notice that we bring our awareness, our attention back to our breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. And one more breath here, breathing in and breathing out. So thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, if you had any questions about today or about the practice in general, please go ahead and reach out to me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks a lot.